Alors, bonsoir tout le monde à cette séance ordinaire du conseil municipal de la ville de Kirkland en ce lundi 2 décembre. Nous allons d'abord avoir monsieur le conseiller Dominique Zito et madame la conseillère Karen Plitt qui ont un mot à dire.
Chers citoyens, j'ai le plaisir de vous informer que les Sociétés irlandaises unies de Montréal ont officiellement nommé le maire Michel Gibson en tant qu'officier de revue du 200e défilé de la Saint-Patrick de Montréal qui aura lieu le 16 mars 2025. C'est là un très grand honneur sur l'ensemble de la communauté kirklandaise alors que la maire Gibson succède à d'éminentes personnalités publiques qui l'ont précédé dans ce rôle hautement convoité, dont Jean Drapeau, ancien maire de Montréal, Jacques Duchesneau, ancien directeur du SPDM, et Sam Elkis, ancien maire de Kirkland. Le défilé annuel de la Saint-Patrick figure parmi les plus grands événements consacrés à la culture irlandaise et celui de Montréal est l'un des plus importants et des plus courus en Amérique du Nord. Les membres du conseil municipal se joignent à moi pour vous offrir, monsieur le maire, nos plus sincères félicitations à l'occasion de votre nomination. Merci.
Merci, Karen. Hi, good evening. I am pleased to announce that the United Irish Societies of Montreal has officially appointed our mayor, Michel Gibson, as the Chief Reviewing Officer for the 200th Montreal St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is to be held on March 16, 2025. This is a great honor for the entire Kirkland community, as Mayor Gibson follows a number of distinguished public figures who have served in this coveted role, including Jean Drapeau, former mayor of Montreal, Jacques Duchesneau, former director of the SPVM, and Sam Elkis, a former mayor of Kirkland. The annual St. Patrick's Day Parade is among the most significant celebrations of Irish heritage, and the one in Montreal is one of the largest and most popular in North America. The members of the Town Council join me in extending our sincere congratulations to you, Mr. Mayor, on your nomination.
So we'll pursue with the...
Oui, alors nous allons aller avec l'adoption de l'ordre du jour. Il est proposé d'adopter l'ordre du jour de la présente séance ordinaire du 2 décembre 2024 tel que déposé.
Proposé.
Je le propose, Dominique Zito.
Et appuyé par...
Essayons pour le fort.
Merci.
Now we're under minutes, the item 3.1. It is proposed that the minutes of the regular sitting held on November 4, 2024 at 8 p.m. be approved.
Propose.
I'll propose a Luciano Pacheco.
And second.
I'll second that, Karen Plitt.
Au point 4, compte payable, il est proposé de confirmer et d'approuver le paiement d'un montant total de 7 378 593,50 $ pour l'ensemble des chèques émis et annulés, les dépôts directs et les paiements préautorisés pour la période du 1er au 28 novembre 2024. Et le conseil municipal prend également acte du dépôt de la liste des contrats conclus en novembre 2024, comportant une dépense de plus de 25 000 $.
Un proposeur.
Je vais le proposer, Steve Bouchard.
Et appuyé.
I'll second that, Mike Brown.
We're now under item 5, bylaws. The first one is a zoning change. So it is proposed to give notice of motion that zoning bylaw number 9058-101, entitled Bylaw Amending Zoning Bylaw 9058 regarding trees and Zone 326M, will be submitted for adoption at a subsequent sitting of the Municipal Council, and to table this draft bylaw. It is also proposed to adopt this draft bylaw as submitted to Council, a copy of which is made available to the public on the county website. The object of this bylaw is to better protect trees specifically during construction work. It also adds a note allowing sub-activities of the medical and pharmaceutical nature in Zone 326M. A public consultation will take place on December 17th at 5:30 p.m. at Town Hall, and a public notice to this effect will be posted on the town's website on December 6th of this week. The adoption of the second draft is scheduled for the regular sitting of January 13, 2025.
Okay, first I need a motion and a table,
I will give the motion in the table in the bylaw, the chairman will check that.
and now I need a mover and somebody to second.
And I'll move it as well, the chairman will check that.
And second by?
I'll second it, Dominic Zito.
Thank you.
Au point 5.2, il s'agit d'un amendement au règlement concernant les nuisances. Donc, il est proposé de donner à l'émotion à l'effet qu'à une séance ultérieure du conseil soit présenté pour adoption le règlement numéro 2013-54-11, intitulé Règlement modifiant le règlement 2013-54 concernant les nuisances sur le bruit et d'autres nuisances, et de déposer ce projet de règlement. L'objet de ce règlement est de modifier les nuisances, surtout relativement en ce qui concerne le bruit. Et l'adoption de ce règlement est prévue à la séance ordinaire du 13 janvier 2025.
Okay, need just an motion, one person.
I will give the notice of motion, called before,
Merci.
and I will table.
Thank you.
Item 5.3 is also notice of motion and tabling of a new draft bylaw. So it is proposed to give notice of motion that bylaw number Gen 2025-50, entitled Bylaw Imposing the General Real Estate Tax for 2025 and adopting other fiscal measures, will be submitted for adoption at a subsequent sitting of the municipal council, and to table this draft bylaw. The object of this bylaw is to establish the real estate tax and other fiscal measures for 2025. This draft bylaw is available on the town's website, and its adoption is scheduled for a special sitting that will take place on December 16, 2024.
I need a proposer
I approve the note.
and second.
Excuse me, notice of a motion and table of draft bylaw. John Morrison.
Okay.
Au point 5.4, il s'agit de l'adoption du règlement sur la tarification de certains services municipaux. Alors, ce règlement, le numéro GEN 2025-51, intitulé Règlement sur la tarification de certains services municipaux, est présenté pour adoption. Considérant qu'un avis de motion a été donné et que ce projet de règlement a été déposé au mois de novembre 2024, qu'il a été mis à la disposition du public sur le site Internet de la Ville, considérant que les changements ont été apportés au règlement entre le projet déposé et le règlement soumis pour adoption. En fait, c'est simplement des petites informations supplémentaires qui ont été ajoutées concernant la vente pour non-paiement de taxes. Il est proposé d'adopter le règlement sur la tarification de certains services municipaux avec changement. Ce règlement va entrer en vigueur le 6 décembre, date de publication d'un avis public à cet effet sur le site Internet de la Ville et les panneaux d'affichage.
Proposé par
Proposé à Aaron Cliff.
et appuyé par.
Je vais le seconder, Steve Bouchard.
Merci.
Nous sommes maintenant au point 6, les contrats. Nous avons une liste de renouvellement de divers contrats pour 2025. Donc, il s'agit de contrats qui prennent tous fin le 31 décembre 2024 et pour lesquels il est possible pour la Ville de prolonger pour une année supplémentaire. Donc, il est proposé de renouveler ces contrats du 1er janvier au 31 décembre 2025 et d'autoriser à cette fin les dépenses globales de chacun des contrats suivants, toutes taxes incluses, qui sont payables à chacun des adjudicataires que je vais mentionner, incluant une révision des prix unitaires correspondant à l'ITC. Les contrats sont les suivants. Il y a le contrat TP 2020-08, entretien préventif et correctif des systèmes CVC des bâtiments municipaux avec 4 options de renouvellement. Il s'agit de l'option numéro 4 à Vimoval Inc. pour un montant total de 107 469,43 $. Le deuxième contrat est le TP 2021-34, service d'entretien et acquisition de bacs roulants avec 4 options de renouvellement. Il s'agit de l'option 4 à USD Global Inc. pour un montant total de 92 975,30 $. Le contrat TP 2021-35, collecte et transport des CRD et encombrants valorisables avec 2 options de renouvellement. Il s'agit de l'option 2 à Service Recover Inc. pour un montant de 112 819,24 $. Le TP 2022-15, nettoyage des stations de pompage et travaux sur demande avec 4 options de renouvellement. Nous sommes à l'option 3 à Sanivac, aussi connu sous la compagnie 9363 98 88 Québec Inc. pour un montant total de 59 005,70 $. Le contrat TP 2023-02, travaux arboricoles, élagage, abattage et aubanage d'arbres avec 4 options de renouvellement. Nous sommes maintenant à l'option 2 avec arborescence 91-95-7001 Québec Inc. pour un montant total de 328 947,29 $. Le contrat TP 2023-25, collecte et transport des résidus encombrants à volet fiscal avec 4 options de renouvellement. Nous sommes à l'option 2, à Service Recover Inc. pour un montant total de 54 699,15 $. Le contrat TP 2023-28, service d'entretien de plomberie pour les bâtiments municipaux avec 4 options de renouvellement. Nous sommes à l'option 2, à Construction Raytech 2014 Inc. pour un montant total de 44 413,18 $. Le contrat TP 2023-42, travaux arboricoles en urgence avec 2 options de renouvellement. Nous sommes à l'option 2 à Arbo Design Inc. pour un montant total de 48 053,90 $. Il en reste 3. Le contrat TP 2023-43, service d'entretien électrique pour les bâtiments et stations de pompage municipales avec 4 options de renouvellement. Nous sommes à l'option 2 à AG Théorie Entrepreneur Électricien Inc. pour un montant total de 145 015,61 $. Le TP 2024-17, travaux d'abattage avec 2 options de renouvellement. Nous sommes à l'option 1, émondage, avec émondage et abattage d'Ion Inc. pour un montant total de 151 166,83 $. Et le dernier, TP 2024-19, service d'inspection, d'entretien et de réparation de composantes en protection incendie avec 4 options de renouvellement. Nous sommes à l'option 1 avec Chubb, Fire et Security Canada Corporation pour un montant de 31 553,03 $.
OK, pour le renouvellement de ces 11 contrats-là, I need somebody to propose it.
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
Okay, and second.
Could you repeat that? I'll second it, the chairman.
Thank you.
She needs a drink.
Okay, item 6.2 is a renewal of contract TP 2024-46. It is proposed to renew for the second and third base years of 2025 and 2026 from January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2026, contract PP 2024-46, collection and transportation of a household waste and organic matter with 2 renewal options, initially awarded to Service Recover Inc. by way of resolution dated April 8, 2024, and to authorize for this purpose a total expenditure of $947,494.21 per base year for a grand total of $1.894998 million and 42 cents, all applicable taxes included, for those 2 years, so 2025 and 2026, payable to Service Recover Inc.
Propose.
I'll propose that, Paul Dufault.
And second?
And I'll second that, John Morrison.
Thank you.
Au point 6.3, considérant l'événement de force majeure survenu le 9 août 2024 qui a mis en danger la sécurité des individus et endommagé les équipements municipaux, et le rapport motivé du maire au conseil municipal conformément à l'article 573.2 de la loi sur les cités et villes, il est proposé d'autoriser une dépense totale de 301 404,56 $, toutes taxes applicables incluses, pour les coûts liés aux mesures d'urgence prises par la Ville. Pour votre information, il s'agit du dernier rapport du maire sur les dépenses de mesures d'urgence.
We're up to $625,000 spent already on the flooding situation, and that doesn't include salaries, are not included. So we'll have a final number at one point. So I need somebody to propose it. So just to repeat, okay, the $152,942.75 is basically, okay, what do you have up there? Okay, perfect, I'm sorry. It's $301,404.56. Thank you, Ed. That's, so we're up to $625,000, and like I said, it's without Elisa. Propose,
I propose that, Mayor Cliff.
and second?
I'll second it, Dominic Zito.
Thank you.
Item 6.4 is proposed to authorize an additional expenditure of $140,257.09, all applicable taxes included, payable to Roxborough Excavation, Inc. for the fuel adjustment for the year 2023-2024 under contract TP 2021-11 snow removal work for the years 2021 to 2024, the winter seasons, with two renewal options. So it's the fuel adjustment.
I need a proposer,
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
and second?
I'll second that, Steve Bouchard.
Au point 6.5, il est proposé d'accepter l'entente de service aux sinistrés avec la Société canadienne de la Croix-Rouge pour une durée initiale de 2 ans, soit jusqu'au 3 septembre 2026, renouvelable annuellement, et d'autoriser une dépense annuelle comme suit. Pour 2024-2025, c'est 8 sous per capita. Ça représente un montant total de 1 565 et 12 sous, toutes taxes incluses. 2025-2026, ça va être 10 sous, et 2026-2027, 11 sous. Et d'autoriser M. Michel Gibson, maire, et M. Mike Clement, directeur des loisirs de la bibliothèque, à signer pour et au nom de la Ville tous les documents requis à cette fin, et de nommer comme représentant personne ressource de la Ville au fin de la gestion et des suivis de l'entente, M. Mike Clement, directeur des loisirs, et Mme Cynthia Morin, chef de division ressources humaines.
Un proposeur,
Je vais proposer Luciano Picciacca.
et secondé. Secondé,
I'll
excusez-moi.
second that, Paul Dufault.
Merci.
We are now under Administration and Finance. Item 7.1 is the schedule for the regular sittings of the Municipal Council for the year 2025. So it is proposed that the schedule for the regular sittings of the Municipal Council of the Town of Kirkland for the year 2025 be adopted, and that the sittings be held in the council room at Town Hall at 8 p.m. The dates are as follows: January 13, February 3rd, March 3rd, April 7th, May 5th, June 9th, July 7th, August 4th, September 2nd, October 1st, November 10th, and December 1st.
Propose,
I propose that, John Morrison.
and second.
I'll second it, Dominic Zito.
Au point 7.2, il est proposé d'approuver le plan d'action favorisant l'intégration des personnes handicapées 2025 et de transmettre une copie de ce plan d'action à l'Office des personnes handicapées du Québec.
Un proposeur,
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
Et secondé.
I will second the Luciano Petracca.
Au point 7.3, il s'agit de l'adoption de la directive particulière relative à l'utilisation d'une autre langue que le français. Considérant que la loi sur la langue officielle et commune du Québec, le français, a été sanctionné le 1er juin 2022 et est venu modifier la Charte de la langue française, considérant que comme tous les organismes visés par cette loi, la Ville de Kirkland doit adopter une directive particulière relative à l'utilisation d'une autre langue que le français et doit la transmettre au ministère de la langue française, considérant que la Ville est un organisme reconnu en vertu de l'article 29.1 de la Charte et qu'à ce titre, elle a recours aux facultés prévues aux articles 23 et 26 de la Charte, considérant que la directive particulière vient identifier des situations supplémentaires à celles prévues aux articles 23 et 26 de la Charte et prévoit donc la possibilité d'utiliser une autre langue que le français dans d'autres situations qui ne sont pas couvertes par sa reconnaissance en vertu de l'article 29.1. Il est proposé d'approuver la directive particulière relative à l'utilisation d'une autre langue que le français et de transmettre une copie au ministère de la langue française.
Super. Un proposeur.
Je vais le proposer, Steve Bouchard.
Et secondé.
Je vais le seconder, Carolyn.
Merci.
Item 7.4 is the repayment of 2 loans at maturity. So considering that the town of Kirkland has undertaken long-term borrowing by bond to finance loan bylaws, the numbers of the bylaws is EMP 2014-01 and EMP 2020-01. So the maturity date for the first one is January 27, 2025, and the balance due at maturity will be $1,694,000. The other one is will be due October 27, 2025, and the balance at maturity will be $3,268,000. Considering that the town of Kirkland wishes to repay the balances of these loans at their respective maturities, it is proposed that the maturity at those maturity dates, the town fully repays the balance of these loans, and to authorize the Assistant Director General and Treasurer, Nadine Basila, to sign for and on behalf of the town any document to this effect and to repay the balance of these loans.
Propose.
I'll propose that all before.
And second.
I'll second it, Dominic Zito.
Thank you.
Au point 7.5, il est proposé d'autoriser la directrice générale adjointe et trésorière, Nadine Basila, à affecter l'excédent réservé aux infrastructures municipales au remboursement au comptant de la dette de 8 119 200 représentant la totalité des soldes d'emprunt à l'échéance des règlements numéro EMP 2018-01, EMP 2013-01, EMP 2009-01 et EMP 2019-01.
Proposeur.
On propose Carolyn.
Et secondé par.
Je secondé, John Morrison.
Merci.
Item 7.6, it is proposed to authorize the Assistant Director General and Treasurer Nadine Basila to allocate the surplus reserve for municipal infrastructures to the financing of special capital projects carried out in 2024 for an amount not exceeding $6.7 million.
Propose.
I'll propose that, Steve Bouchard.
Second.
I'll second the Luciano Petracca.
Au point 7.7, il est proposé d'autoriser la directrice générale adjointe et trésorière, Nadine Basila, à utiliser le surplus libre jusqu'à concurrence d'un montant maximal de 6 millions de dollars pour financer les projets spéciaux de 2024.
Proposeur.
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
Et secondé par.
Secondé, Paul Fort.
Item 7.8, it is proposed to confirm the town's commitment to comply with the terms of the guide for the repayment of a government contribution under the TEC 2019-2024 program, and to approve the content and the sending to the Ministère des Affaires municipales et de l'Habitation of the work program number 3 and all other documents required by the Ministère in order to receive the government contribution confirmed to the town in a letter from the Minister of the Ministère des Affaires municipales et de l'Habitation.
That's the gas tank, the gas tax, fuel tax program that basically the federal sends to the provincial government, and provincial government will keep a little share, and the rest goes to the municipality. So I need somebody to propose it.
I'll propose it, Dominic Zito.
And second,
I'll second that, John Morrison.
thank you.
Au point 7.9, conformément à la loi sur les élections et les référendums dans les municipalités, le conseil municipal prend acte du dépôt par la greffière des déclarations d'intérêt pécuniaire de l'année 2024 soumises par tous les membres du conseil municipal. Il s'agit d'un dépôt.
Oui.
Point 7.10, les contributions financières additionnelles aux organismes communautaires locaux pour 2024. Il est proposé d'ajouter le West Island Life Oasis Home, Willow, pour un montant de $50 à la liste de contributions aux organismes communautaires locaux approuvée par le conseil municipal pour l'année 2024.
Un proposeur,
Je vais le proposer, Chairman Chapman.
et secondé par
I'll second that, Michael Brown.
There is no business pertaining to human resources table at the sitting. We are now under item 9, Urban Planning Advisory Committee. We have one item, 9.1. Il s'agit d'un PIA. Il est proposé de prendre acte de la demande d'approbation des plans d'implantation et d'intégration architecturale et des documents d'accompagnement relativement au projet d'opération cadastrale sur le lot 4378998 dans la zone 239C, située au 17600 et 17650 route transcanadienne, et de l'extrait du procès-verbal du CCU du 19 novembre 2024, et d'approuver tel quel les plans d'implantation et d'intégration architecturale énumérés au point 3.3.1 du procès-verbal de la réunion du CCU du 19 novembre, ces plans étant conformes au règlement PIA 2022-55 et ayant fait l'objet d'une recommandation favorable du CCU.
OK, un proposeur,
Je vais le proposer, Steve Bouchard.
et appuyé par,
Je vais l'appuyer, Chairman Chapman.
merci.
There is no business pertaining to public security and traffic at the present sitting. Il n'y a aucune affaire touchant l'environnement qui est traitée à la présente séance. Which brings us to the Mayor's report on decisions taken by the Montreal Urban Agglomeration Council at the special sitting held on November 20th and at the regular meeting held on November 21st, 2024.
I have to say it's our pro-mayor that had to attend these two meetings. It's a pro-mayor that point was Nancy Kokinesidis. I'll just report what she told me to say. First of all, the meeting of November 20th was the dépôt of the budget itself, the actual budget. But the meeting that was mostly interesting was the one on the Thursday, November 21st, where there's one item in particular we voted against, it's item 3010. And 3010 was basically, it was to authorize the stopping of the fluoridation process in two of our plants, Dorval and Point Claire, where there's 5 municipalities that are receiving their water from. That's Beaconsfield, Kirkland, we've got Point Claire, and Dorval, of course. And I'll read you the English portion of the press release we did the following day, and our Councillor Cito will read the French one. It's entitled Water Fluoridation. The Association of Suburban Municipalities denounced the decision-making process of the Urban Agglomeration of Montreal. The mayor of the member the municipality of the Association of Suburban Municipality, A and B or ASM, are vigorously denouncing the decision-making process of the urban agglomeration of Montreal, including the decision adopted on November 21st to put an end to the fluoridation of drinking water at the Dorval and Pointe-Claire plants. The decision taken unilaterally by the Agglomeration Council specifically affects the two plants serving the town of Dorval, Pointe-Claire, Beaconsfield, Kirkland, and Bédurpé. It will apply without consulting. They did it without consulting the municipality concerned, that's us, and without taking into account the position or concern of their citizens. There's no consultation whatsoever, like always. Currently, the City of Montreal, with its majority of votes on the Agglomeration Council, has the power to impose its decision without consulting the municipalities concerned. For the ASM, this constitutes a breach of democratic principle and good governance. Such important decisions should not be made unilaterally without prior consultation with the municipality concerned. This situation reflects the fundamental imbalance in the governance of the Urban Agglomeration Council, where linked cities are their cities and their citizens are too often presented with the accomplished fact, le fait accompli. Say Julie Brisebois, our co-chair of the mayor and mayor of Sainte-Ville. Finally, what we did, in view of the inequality of the ASM, is calling for the decision to be suspended. Of course they did. And for an immediate moratorium on any move to end fluoridation of drinking water at these plants. Among other things, the moratorium covers the issues of water fluoridation, which is a matter of debate in each of the municipality concerned. Above all, however, it aims to allow to review the decision-making process. That's what we're complaining. They do it without consulting us in any way. So basically, we're still moving forward. I know there'll be at our next ACO meeting more municipalities. We've got even the actual. We even have the actual other party, Ensemble Montréal, that is supporting us. But what's the biggest support is from Madame, the responsible, the director of Santé Montréal, Madame Drouin, that supports our initiative or support the fact that we want to maintain it. And I'll give you just some facts. There's some studies that have been made. And at one point, just to tell you, the children of preschool that were tested in Dorval, Lachine, Pointe-Claire, elsewhere. Dorval had the CARI of 6%, a report of 6%, and Lachine at 27%. Conseil, you had the borough of Ville-Marie, 47%. The borough Plateau Montréal, close to 50%. So the studies are there that prove that fluoridation, it's a good thing. So I'll let Dominic say a few words, but just
read the front.
Yeah, just one part, just the top part.
Bon, Montréal le 22 novembre 2024. Les mairesses et maires des municipalités membres de l'Association des municipalités de banlieue dénoncent vigoureusement le processus décisionnel de l'agglomération de Montréal, dont une décision adoptée le 21 novembre dernier qui consiste à mettre fin à la fluoridation de l'eau potable des usines de Dorval à Pointe-Claire. La décision prise unilatéralement lors du conseil de l'agglomération touche spécifiquement les deux usines qui desservent les villes de Dorval, Pointe-Claire, Beaconsfield, Kirkland et Bakersfield. Il s'appliquera sans consultation des municipalités concernées et sans tenir compte des positions et des préoccupations de leurs citoyens. Je pense que c'est assez parce que le reste, c'est juste une répétition.
Parfait, merci, conseiller. Ok, allez-y, madame.
Oui, merci, Monsieur le maire. Aucune affaire gouvernementale n'est traitée à la présente séance. Nous avons une résolution d'appui. Il s'agit de la Journée internationale des bénévoles. Considérant que plus de 2,3 millions de bénévoles s'impliquent quotidiennement au Québec et que la ville de Kirkland reconnaît l'impact indéniable de cette implication bénévole, considérant que l'implication de ces bénévoles a un fort impact sur le dynamisme de notre milieu de vie et contribue à assurer un filet social et humain pour les personnes vulnérables vivant sur notre territoire, considérant que l'ONU a déclaré en 1985 que la journée du 5 décembre devenait la journée internationale des bénévoles, il est proposé de reconnaître le 5 décembre 2024 comme étant la journée internationale des bénévoles dans la ville de Kirkland et de profiter de cette occasion pour remercier publiquement l'ensemble des bénévoles impliqués au sein des différentes organisations présentes sur le territoire de la ville de Kirkland.
En passant, j'aimerais remercier notre conseil, mais aussi les volontaires qui ont participé to our food drive. We had big success, and the two organizations that we basically supply or that the food was brought to was not on mission and on rock. The two trucks were full. So, and a good job by our Recreation Department Director, Mike Clayman, to set that up. And also Breakfast with Santa, the volunteers that were there. I know there's some in the room here and some that are here. Thank you very much. So I need somebody to propose.
Je propose John Morrison.
And second,
And I'll second that, Mike Brown.
thank you.
The Municipal Council takes note of the tabling of the correspondence for the month of November 2024 by the town clerk. Il n'y a aucune affaire qui est traitée à la séance tenante au niveau des affaires nouvelles. Ce qui nous amène à la période de questions du public. La période de questions est maintenant ouverte. Tout membre du public qui désire s'adresser au conseil municipal est prié de faire la file derrière le micro. Lorsque le droit de parole vous est accordé, veuillez énoncer vos noms et adresses et formuler votre question de manière claire et concise en vous adressant au maire dans un langage respectueux. Chaque intervention est limitée à 2 questions portant sur les affaires de la ville. Il vous sera possible de poser des questions supplémentaires lorsque tous les membres du public qui désirent s'adresser au conseil auront eu l'occasion de le faire. Public question period is now open. Members of the audience who wish to address the municipal council are requested to line up behind the microphone. When given the floor, please state your name and address and direct your question to the mayor in a clear and concise manner using respectful language. Each intervention is limited to 2 questions related to the town's affairs, and you will be able to ask additional questions once all members of the audience who wish to address the council have had a chance to do so.
Good evening, I'm Marina DeChevalier, 98 Morley Hill. I have a question from a neighbor. I don't have an answer myself. She wants to know the purpose of the cameras on the traffic lights. Are they connected for synchronization or for as webcams that you can see the traffic situation or dual ways?
And they are, but I'll let our DG explain the purpose.
So the cameras are actually related to AI. So they're in the process of collecting data right now for the traffic flows to be able to then tweak the modifications of the synchronization to allow for traffic to flow better.
Are they also used as webcams to monitor individuals on your phone or whatever?
You cannot see, no, let us know. That's not their purpose at all.
But is it possible, because that's what the person said, that they were
Yes.
able to see the traffic on
It's not
St.
really-
We
Charles?
can definitely monitor the traffic live, but we can't be sitting there adjusting traffic as it's happening. There's an AI component to the traffic lights. It does it automatically.
No, I'm a little bit confused. The light cams, can they be accessed by the public?
No,
No?
no.
Okay. Point number 5.2,
Which point?
5.2. I hope when they read nuisances or noise, that it means what I think it means, as you are well aware of, mentioned several times, that there's nothing worse than a nice summer afternoon, and you're ready to have a nice relaxing time with your friends, neighbors, or relatives, or whatever, and your neighbors, one on the right, one on the left, one on top, and one below you, they all start to have competition, which lawnmower makes the most noise. So is it related to that, or is it completely different?
Which part of the,
It really comes down to disturbances. Marino, it's got nothing to do with specific motors or engines or lawn mowing. The hours remain the same. What it is, the jurisprudence in courts have required for us to modify the bylaw so that what we supply to the courts when there is a disturbance will actually be valid. That's all it is.
So who determines if there's a disturbance or not? Because my tolerance might be less than somebody else's whose tolerance might be more into the noise.
The ordinary individual.
yeah.
So it's up to the
It'll
individual.
be our employees that'll be skilled to come in there to verify and see whether or not it's normal disturbance or whether or not it's excessive disturbance.
It's like a heat pump, you know, that's effective making too much noise.
And this disturbance, can it be such as some owners that have a couple of dogs on their premises, and they both decide to bark at the same time for 5-10 minutes? Does that also apply to animal noises?
It applies to all noises based on the ordinary individual.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Want to add something?
Jack Ciambini, 29 Harmony.
Hi, Jack.
I moved in when there was still sheep in my backyard. I'm a happy camper and a happy citizen. Anyway, my comment is very positive. Basically, in ending the year on a positive note, I want to congratulate all the mayor, the general manager, and all the councillors for the great work they do, and all the sacrifices. Time is precious, and you donate your time, which is invaluable. So congratulations for the job well done, 2024, and I know you're going to do even better 2025.
Very appreciated. Well,
Joyeux Noël, Merry Christmas, Buon Natale, Buon Anno, Buon Année, and Happy New Year.
we'll see you at
May the Lord give you continued good health
Thank you.
and all the talent you have. Ciao.
Hey, Jack, when you had those sheep behind you, did any disappear at Easter?
Yeah. Sì. Buona fortuna a tutti.
Okay, bye, Jack. Bye, Jack.
Richard Oppenheimer, 39 Rue Elegant. I got a question concerning the new bike path going over the Trans-Canada Savannah St. Marie.
St. Marie, okay.
Okay, the bike path from Montague to the bottom of the overpass is nice. It's built off the street. As you hit the bottom of the overpass, you're forced on a bicycle to cross Savannah St. Marie. And then right after that, you're forced to cross the U-turn where the eastbound wants to go west over the overpass. And then you cross on the right or the south side of the overpass all the way across. At the bottom of the overpass, the bike path makes a 90 degrees crossing St. Marie again. You've got us crossing, if you're driving a bike, you've got us crossing 3 streets when if you had left the bike path on the north side of the street, it would have gone all the way. By the way, I also noticed, I was following a bus one day, and the bus was going over, when it makes that left turn on the top of the overpass to go down, the rear wheels of the bus went over the bike path, went over almost touching the center dividing line of the bike path. So that becomes a dangerous situation too. Now, I'm just wondering if the city is going to consider reconfiguring that. I mean, why have we got to go across 3 streets when none of that has to happen if you stay all on the same side?
Council did mention exactly the same situation. We'll let our director explain the situation.
Probably answer the last question first, which is there are going to be bollards that are going to be installed during the summertime that will not be there during the wintertime, but very few people use the bicycle path during the wintertime. The bicycle path that you see, the new bicycle path that you see from Montrose to the overpass was designed and constructed by the city.
Yes.
The piece that goes over the overpass was designed and constructed by the revenue. I think that we were in discussions for multiple years on asking them to keep the bicycle path on the right-hand side of the overpass, which is what you're suggesting that we would have done.
Yeah.
What they saw as a date, so the structures themselves cannot take extra weight, so they cannot build a protective wall, if you want, to barricade in that turn where you're heading down to the straightaway we were referring to.
Yeah.
Therefore, the fear was that if in the wintertime cars were to slide, they'd be sliding into the bicycle path. So they went down. I'm giving you what it was. So they went down further to a point where they felt was safe and then crossed back over again.
Okay.
So that's not,
Yeah,
it's not what we would
agree.
have done, but it's what we have.
But somebody's going to get hurt, because if you're driving a bike and you're in the outside lane of the bike path and the cars are on your right-hand side, when you have to make that turn, I have mirrors on my bike. The mirror's on the left side, so it's hard to see a car. Also, I have radar on the back of my bike, and the radar doesn't pick it as the car comes around the corner, because the car comes around and then goes down. And then I get a warning too late.
You're going to have to stop at that crossing. On your
But
list, you're going to have
I'm
to
just
stop.
saying, is somebody going to have to get hurt before something's done?
I can't change what's been designed by engineers and professionals on bicycle paths. I cannot make that modification. When they rebuild those overpasses, we will then put in the request that we can put in. What I can suggest is that this council has directed me to do everything I can, whether it be the flashing light system, whether it be stop signs, ensure that bicycle users, cyclists, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, coming down the hill, come to a stop before crossing over that overpass. We had exactly the same concerns.
Exactly.
They had their concerns, they built it, and that's what we have right now.
Okay. I just realized it was, I'm an avid biker, I like the lane.
Yeah.
But you're going to probably find more bicycles that are going to be staying on the left side, not using the bike path.
The other concern, of course, is on the other side is that there's no rail, there's no protected rail. So it would have required modifications to the structures we can do. So on the right-hand side, which we were referring to having bicycle path on that side, it's a very low wall, and though people are using it right now that way, it's not intended for that. So if you're on your bike, you're actually above the wall, and there's a concern about the height.
Okay.
So there were things, as much as I'm agreeing with you, there were things that they could not do to make it safer by having it on the other side, so they went the route that they went.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Richard.
John Conte, 32 Gervais. Maybe continue on the theme of bicycles. Maybe I'll ask the gentleman in a minute. When we give out permits for new constructions like the Scotia Bank, are there requirements by the urban planners with whomever to make a suggestion to put bike racks up, for example?
They are.
They are more and more now? Okay.
They are.
Because I even approached BMO, that's where I go, and I spoke to the manager and I spoke to the urban planners and smart centers and so on. So 2 years later, still no bike path. And more we have battery bikes, and they're very expensive, and we're going to run the errands with the battery bikes. And I finally got one too, with a seal test thing in the back, so I'd like to use it and lock it up. So I'm happy that you're at least requesting it. The other item on vac trucks, I don't know where the study is, back truck, sign back.
Sandy back.
I work in the petroleum industry.
Oh,
All right, I don't know, okay.
I'm just curious, they pick up storm sewer blockage, or is it also sanitary sewer, or just storm sewers?
Yeah, they do both. So on an annual basis, we do the storm, and on a 3-year cycle, we do 1/3 of the city every 3 years.
Okay. I'm not saying maybe we should consider it, but I heard 57,000 for a yearly contract, or is it more than that?
The contract itself for sending back?
I'm sure it's more than 57,000 to suck up sludge and stuff.
Procédé 11 contre
There's number 4, and that is this.
4, okay,
59,000.
59.
59,000 per year. And how many sewers, for example, or how many streets? Hard to tell, eh?
For now, no, I
No, it's all in there, John, but I don't have the details.
We could.
I don't have the details for you.
Answer you.
Where I'm going with that is I don't know where the medium to long-term study is with the sewage system and the drainage and all that, but I'm sure they're gonna come up with, maybe better maintenance on the sewage system, to unblock and suck it up.
No, maybe for the maintenance, we do it based on the law. What's basically dictated to us to do, to prevent any clogging. So, but we'll see with the study, who knows, We're still in the process.
So what I heard during the August 6th and subsequent meetings is that every 3 years we go back and do the same one that we did 3 years ago. I heard it's a 3-year frequency per sewage or per.
Yeah, there's a cycle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm following you, John, sorry.
So, for example, on my street, the next time I'll see a back truck or a signing back is in 3 years. I heard 3 years somewhere from this council.
So for the sanitary, it's your street gets done once every 3 years. For the storm, the catch basin gets done every year, right? So and those are maintenance programs devised by the government. So we follow the plan. We have to follow the plan. That's what we do. We also come if there's a problem, we come in also as well, right? It's not like we don't ignore a district because we ran either last year, right? We still deal with things.
And for example, Goodfellow or the commercial centers that have their own, we don't get involved with that, do we?
They manage their own.
They manage their own. If they do, we don't know.
Well, we follow up with them. So they have all reason to maintain their systems, right? So I understand July or August, sorry, 9 put a lot of doubt in people's minds. I can assure you that the maintenance programs are in place and have been in place for years, and we maintain those. It's not the lack of maintenance of the systems that generated or created what happened that day. We need to follow the weather patterns. We need to follow the amount of water that fell that day in the short period of time that it fell. So as much as we're thinking that there may have been a lack of, or maybe more maintenance would have solved that issue, I can assure you that quantity of water, that amount of water in a short period of time, we could have just cleaned your pipe out the week before. The amount of water that came down would have reacted the same way. But we're looking at everything. One of the promises that this council made was to look at how our system responded and what we can do for the future, because we know it's going to happen. We know that rain is not going to become less, it's going to become more, right? So we have to deal with stuff like that.
I guess where I was going at, I know we lease a lot of vehicles and heavy dump trucks and whatnot. It's not something that we would consider and maybe do more maintenance other than what the city or the government's proposing, for example.
And we'll see what the study will be presented.
I think my answer to you tonight is going to be, we'll do whatever we have to do to make sure it works.
Okay.
But but we're not going to just do it for the sake of doing it. There has to be an efficiency to it, or an effectiveness from us being there, right? So
overall, I think it might help if we do it on a more regular frequency. We're maintenance plans in place for the airports, kind of farms, and we do it once a year. But it's petroleum byproducts, and you want to make sure it's clean. It's sure you don't want to have it spill everywhere, but something to consider.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Domenico Scavone, 115 acres. I didn't get a chance, but I'd like to talk about August the 9th. Where I live, it's the third time I get flooded. It's not because we have exceptional rains. It's because I've been there when acres going west-north was bushland, and where the farm was really bought on the Trans-Canada was a farm, and now we have Lacey Green Village. Now, the problem is, this time here, is that the city never, shall we say, did anything to improve the situation de canalisation.
The canalisation.
They never did, because the city has grown.
Yep.
And it's been the same thing. 1 year, not legal. I don't know if it's still there. I complained, the city in 2013, they dug and they put something to go into the sewer system, an overflow type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the corner, the connector starts there. There's a connector in the back, a 36-inch, which should be at least a 72-inch. Now I'm asking, it's in Dollard on the Servitude. Okay, it even passes under some houses and backyards in Kirkland. And the connector, the lid blew up.
Yeah, in certain places, yeah.
And in the street we had fountains about 8 to 10 feet.
Exactly.
Like this. The pressure in my house was.
What's the question?
The question is, you have to have at least connectors that are bigger, that go down to the river. Now, I don't know. I was talking to some engineers. The water comes all the way from where the shopping center, where Brick is and all that, and it comes down towards us in Lacey Green.
That's the timberline. The water from the break comes across the highway and goes towards Timberleaf. It's not going towards Jersey. It goes west. On the Trans-Canada, it goes west towards Timberleaf.
On St. Charles, starting St. Charles, it comes down.
Dominic, all your water in Lacey Green and the southeast corner of the city, cross St. Charles and cross the highway and go towards Timberleaf. The water does not go towards you.
Yep.
It flows westbound, doesn't flow eastbound.
How come even an ordinary rain, it just stays, you get water on the end.
In our studies that we're doing at this present time with the specialists, we'll see the areas where.
I talked to Landry and I gave him all the facts.
Landry?
Yeah, Landry, the director of operations, I think.
Louis Philippe.
Louis Philippe. Okay.
Okay. And there's another problem. I never get an answer. The city came over. There was a smell, and the city came over and they put the camera in.
Yeah.
And there's on the city side there's a thing.
Okay.
That should be repaired because it keeps water there. Okay.
Yeah.
And
You still have the smell there?
still there, but that has to be dug up. It has to be straightened out. You can't reline that. It's not that. If it was on my property, I would have done it already. You know, but it's officially it's on.
Yeah, we'll check what you just tell us, but go ahead, Joe.
So you spoke to Louis Philippe Landry.
So what could be what is do you have? What are you going to do about that? Because it's not.
Hey, I'm coming back to the study that will basically be mandated this professional to do a study of all our infrastructure especially the water infrastructure in our city. So eventually we'll probably have some.
Okay, that part there, that connector, is only the city of Kirkland that is connected to that, or there's others?
Okay,
There's others?
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know which connector you're referring to.
It's right behind my house.
Dominic, I can't.
It's, you know the servitude, you know Somerset?
Yes, absolutely.
You know Somerset? That's servitude.
Yes,
Yeah.
There's a connector there,
right.
okay? It goes all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 36 inch,
Okay.
and the lid blew off because it can't take the water.
You said you had this conversation with Louis Philippe Andre.
Yeah. We'll follow.
And I told him about the problem.
I will follow up with Louis and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, please do. It's not. It could cost a lot of money to.
I need to know what you're referring to, and if he's got the details, I'll get them from him, and then I'll get back to you.
Thank you very much.
You're
And
welcome.
there's something else. Oh, yes. I talked to, I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Steve Bouchard.
Bouchard, c'est ça. But there's a problem. The problem is not this. In the morning, my street, Acres, has traffic, not as much as St. Charles, but it has a lot of traffic. Because Dollar des Ormeaux put a sign up that you can't go straight on Somerset. So what they do, they take Oakland, I think it's Oakland, they come down. That's okay. That doesn't, Oakwood. That doesn't bother me. It's in the morning early, the people have to go to work. You know, there's people at Pierrefonds, there's people at Kirkland out there. That's okay. That, you know, I don't need speed bumps. Nobody wants speed bumps or anything like that. You put a sign in the summer.
So we don't have nothing to do then, though?
You have something to do. The problem is on Argyle, people from Dullard, because there's traffic on the corner of Salaberry and Somerset,
Yeah.
they cut through Argyle and they turn on the corner of, and they cut on Acres. You know, they do a left.
Shortcut.
If from 6 to 9, if you could do something, only a right turn or a right turn, go straight. But he said, oh, we're going to get traffic on our street. Yeah, but maybe for a week or two. But until the people realize that they can't do a left turn between 6 and 9 in the morning. This will cut a lot of the traffic on our street. It's the point that they block us from using Somerset at certain hours. Why can't we do the same thing too?
Steve, you want to comment?
The reason why, and this was explained by the police department, is where the border of Kirkland is with.
You don't put it there,
You
sir.
can't put the sign.
You don't put it there. You put it right on the corner.
Okay,
So
and
when they come the first time, they go straight or right. Then they realize they can't do it no
I
more.
explained
So
to
they
you-
won't come no more.
I explained to you that we were not allowed to put the sign on that.
You're a
corner.
very
It's
nice
not
person,
our corner.
but you don't understand the problem.
Okay. Okay, next question?
No, there's nothing.
Oh, okay.
But I hope this could be fixed.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Dominic.
Thank you, Don. Okay. Okay.
Bonsoir, Richard Piché,
Richard.
33 Chaudière, en chic ville de Kirkland.
Excellent.
Ça fait 8 ans que je ne suis pas venu. Puis là, la question que je me pose, c'est
Oui.
moi qui vieillis, qui s'en vient sourd, ou j'ai un conseil qui est fatigué et vieux, ou c'est le système de son qui est désuet?
Ben, le système de ça, je n'étais pas assez proche tantôt. Mais-
Non, mais on n'a rien entendu de veiller.
Ah,
À
ok.
part les 5 dernières minutes, puis même au micro ici, on a entendu 2
Viens,
personnes.
viens t'asseoir à la table.
Mais c'est ça qui va arriver, ça a passé proche.
Il y a des façons de dire des choses.
Ben oui. Ben, on
Parce
s'excuse.
que même écouter ça, allez écouter ça demain matin, là,
Ouais, ouais.
il n'y a absolument rien à comprendre.
Richard, il y a des façons de dire des choses.
Pardon?
Il y a des façons de dire des choses.
Bon. Le système, les Item 7.4 à 7.7, y a-t-il quelqu'un qui va pouvoir nous expliquer exactement ce que vous aviez dit? Les remboursements, les financements, les 2 millions, les 10 millions.
Il y a des,
Oui. On commence avec le 7.4. 7.4. C'est ça. À partir du 7.4.
Oui.
il y a des refinancements des emprunts qui sont dus cette année qu'on va payer comptant. On va les payer.
Payer avec quoi?
Comment ça, avec l'emprunt?
Vous allez payer. Va aller chercher de l'argent où?
Avec
Dans
les.
le compte.
Dans le surplus, dans le quoi?
Dans le compte de l'ordre. Et on les paye comptant.
Comme tu sais, on a mis sur place pas un projet, mais on a fait une étude à savoir comment on pouvait rembourser notre dette et dans combien de temps. Tout ça, ça va au remboursement de la dette. À l'heure actuelle, avec ça, on va être à 17 millions. L'année prochaine, on va être à 10 millions. Donc, éventuellement, on n'aura plus de dette, j'espère.
Non, non, je comprends ça. C'est juste que le thème 7.4, il n'y a personne qui a spécifié d'où l'argent venait.
Oui, mais c'est ça. La balance
Vous avez bien du fond,
c'est chouette, mais
c'est ça que je veux savoir.
c'est ça. Et ça, tu voulais avoir quoi, 7.5 aussi? Non.
7.5, 7.6, ça doit être la même chose.
C'est toute la même chose. Toute la même chose.
Jusqu'au 7.4, ça n'a pas été spécifié.
OK.
Où est-ce qu'on est rendu avec le centre sportif?
Les centres sportifs, ce qui nous a retardé un peu, les inondations, comme tu comprends. Tu sais, je veux dire, on a travaillé sur ça, tu as vu, ce qu'on a ramassé, tu as vu la rue. Et puis, éventuellement, ce qu'on fait, on est toujours, il y a 2 places, attends, 3 endroits encore à l'étude. Il y en a une qu'on a éliminée, je pense que tu le sais, celle qui était au coin, puis tout le monde le sait, celle qui était au coin de Saint-Charles et la Transcanadienne.
Oui.
OK, celle-là, le site est éliminé. Et puis on travaille sur 3 autres sites. Il y a un site qui est aussi celui déjà existant du complexe sportif. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire là, sans déranger qu'est-ce qui est en place présentement. On regarde, on parle des bénévoles. Donc on regarde, il y en a un autre. On est en recherche, puis il y a des études qui se font présentement. Ça va revenir sur la table, mais on a été occupés, notre administration a été très occupée avec ce qui s'est passé dernièrement. Mais c'est encore vivant.
Qu'est-ce qui est arrivé avec Dubarry et Saint-Charles, la signalisation? Quoi ça a été changé?
OK. Yo.
Ils ont changé toutes les feux de circulation sur la rue Saint-Charles.
Oui, mais on a été mettre des flèches sur Dubarry qu'on n'a jamais eu besoin depuis 23 ans.
C'est la norme. Ils l'ont modifié pour suivre les normes. C'est designé par les gens. C'est pas juste Dubarry, c'est Saint-Charles au Pont-Fier. Il faut que Saint-Charles au Pont-Fier soit sécurisé.
Au complet. Oui, mais c'est ça, écoute, c'est pour faire la synchronisation complète.
C'est pas une question de synchronisation, ils sont allés mettre des flèches quand les feux étaient verts anciennement.
Oui.
Je sais pas pourquoi. Ça donne une chance au parking de se vider, il n'y a pas de chance.
Mais c'était fait selon les experts, les recommandations de nos experts. S'il y a de quoi en particulier que tu n'aimes pas dans le coin.
C'est pas une question que j'aime pas. La question que je me pose quand je suis là, c'est pourquoi est-ce qu'on a fait? Ça n'a pas été nécessaire.
Ça a été proposé par les experts.
C'est ça.
Merci.
Merci, Richard.
Maria Chevrolet, 98 Morgan Hill. 5.4 municipal services. I don't understand what that means.
5.4?
5.4.
Then you have to, every year, we pass this bylaw around budget time. It's a règlement sur la tarification de certains services municipaux, services that we offer at the counters downstairs. Can you give me an example of
Yes, it's all the services for citizens. For instance, at the town clerk's office, you have services also in the library and at the engineering department and public works. So There are all kinds of services. If you want to rent a local, there's a price for that. So it's something that residents can do, and there's a fee, a special fee for that.
All the costs involved.
It's a document, Marino, that has
General government.
all of the charges for renting facilities, for fees, for permits, it's all stated so everybody knows exactly what they would get charged for whatever they're pursuing.
And you have to adopt it every year because sometimes it changes certain pricing and certain service.
By law, we have to adopt that.
And by law, yeah, we have to adopt it every year.
Okay, and the last question, I don't understand why you have to pay extra for fuel.
Yeah.
That's, what is it,
So Marino, there's two ways.
6.4.
Yeah.
There's two ways of doing things. One is, you don't, so what that is there's actually a formula in every contract for any contract that's got to do with transportation, whether it be garbage or whether it be snow removal, that formula is in there. What that formula does, it avoids contractors overbidding because of fear of fluctuation in gas prices. So that formula exists on all contracts so that at the end of the year, the average of gas prices is calculated, whatever the variances are, it's either you get back or we give out. In this particular place with the fluctuations of fuel, we have to pay. So that's the formula that's used to calculate that. That's what it is.
And it exists, and by the way, Marie, it exists in, ça se fait dans toutes les municipalités. In all municipalities, it's demanded by the provincial government to make sure that these fluctuations are there so they can basically
If it wasn't there, Marino, everybody's prices would be jacked up.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to take the risk. So that's
I
why.
wasn't aware, but it's very good to know. Thank you very much.
It's a protection, actually. Oui, monsieur.
Oui, bonsoir. Yves Nadon, 79 Saint-Jean. Dans Timberley, vous pouvez comprendre que je suis particulièrement intéressé à l'étude des expériences que vous avez commandées. Vous avez parlé que c'était tout le temps court, on n'avait pas de date, parce qu'on a une meilleure date.
On continue vous pouvez imaginer qu'ils ont des mandats de partout. Un des premiers qui a dansé, ça veut dire qu'on espérait qu'on va voir ça plus vite. Mais il y a encore des vidéos. Il n'y a pas dans une semaine, c'est encore dans des mois.
Non, on n'a pas un ordre de grandeur.
Mais ça avance.
Définitivement, ça avance, on fournit des informations qu'ils ont besoin. Mais définitivement, c'est l'année prochaine, puis s'il y a encore des mois, c'est pas disponible.
On va être très transparent pour montrer les résultats à la population quand on est dans les jours.
C'est un rapport que vous avez mentionné qui sera public.
Pardon?
C'est un rapport qui sera public à ce moment-là.
Ouais.
Merci.
Okay. Any more questions? Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres questions? Non, donc je demanderai un proposeur pour ajourner notre rencontre. Et secondé par?
I'll second it,
Merci.